people of Ghana, it's your Nigerian God pleasure bringing you political news in our channel, Ghanatube. A disgrace of an MP, Deputy Chief of Staff slams NPP MP over Mahama private jet claims. A Deputy Chief of Staff, Sandobe, has hit back at Member of Parliament of Old Stafford, Vincent, after the MP claims that President John Mahama had chartered a private jet for an international trip. Vincent actually alleged on social media that a private jet with registration number M/BAEP was being used by President Mahama. He further said to estimate the proposed cost of the flight, claiming it will run into several hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the journey route. According to him, according to all the calculations, a 7-hour flight from Accra will cost about $105,000 US, with an additional 12 hours leg to Japan costing $180,000 US. He further suggested that a stop in Singapore will add another $105,000 US, and a 20-hour return trip to Germany and Accra will also cost $300,000 US. This private jet M-BAEP left Accra this morning around 7 a.m. It is estimated to cost $15,000 US per hour to rent this flight. A simple calculation shows that the 7-hour journey already covered the amount of to $105 US. If the flight proceeds to Japan, which is likely to take about 12 hours and will be another $180,000 US. If he then continues to Singapore, approximately 7 hours away, that will add another $105,000 US. Finally, if the jet flies directly to Germany and then back to Accra, a total of 20 hours return trip that will add another $300,000 US. Asafua wrote. But in the swift rebuttal, Sandobe described the Old Stafford MP as a disgrace of an MP. Wow. A disgrace of an MP, accusing him of telling lies and spreading misinformation. And while others are really coming out to say that indeed President Mahama should actually be using the private jet for now, since according to them the presidential jet is actually under maintenance, just to really avoid the incidents that actually happened a week ago. A disgrace of an MP lying unintelligently and what still never learns from the constant mix-up. Amavo, he said. He further noted that Mahama did not use any private jet, but rather flew out of Accra aboard a commercial airline together with what he described as right-thinking Ghanaians. This one here will also demand to be called honorable. Wow, the insult is actually large. Even if you are not street smart, it doesn't take that much brain work to avoid unnecessary embarrassing yourself. Or the president was live on many TV networks between 10 a.m. and 12:45 p.m. attending to Thanksgiving Mass of Dr. Edward Omwani-Boamah at the Christ the King Parish. He also stated in the post that did he take off in the supposed jet at 7 a.m. and flew back for the 10 a.m. Mass. I guess we have to ask his classmates how smart this guy was in his lower school days, because this is not how to be relevant to. This is not how to be relevant to. Victor actually said, invest in reading and how to be publicly or politically relevant and stop disgracing MPs. This was just a loud insult coming from high-ranked people in Ghana. Sandobe actually made this post on his Facebook, which has actually generated a lot of people some supporting him, some saying it is actually not wise for a lawyer to really speak this way. According to him, in his post in Facebook, he actually wrote, yes, this is actually his official page of Facebook. This one here will also demand to be called a honorable. Even if you are not street smart, it doesn't take that much brain work to avoid embarrassing yourself. Or the president was live on many TV networks between 10 a.m. and 12:45 p.m. attending to the Thanksgiving Mass of Dr. Edward Omanigwama at the Christ the King Parish. They did take off the supposed jet at 7 a.m. and flew back for the 10:30 a.m. max. I guess we have to ask his classmates how smart this guy was in his lower school days, because this is not how to be relevant to. Invest in reading and know how to at least be relevant and stop disgracing yourself, calling yourself an MP. This has actually generated a lot as people really are commenting on this. And yes, I will have to tell you some of the commenters, but then Vincent, actually this is the post that warranted this so much talk. This private jet NPP left Accra this morning around 7 a.m. It is estimated to cost 15,000 per hour to rent this flight. A simple calculation shows that the 7-hour journey already covered amount of 105,000 US dollars. A lot of people are really asking him questions if the money is actually worth the president's life, or if the president is supposed to really wait and not to attend to his official assignment just because the presidential jet is actually under maintenance. And another person, Ahmed, actually said that he wants to copy from Samuel Okweji to a black one. Some people are actually calling the people of Tafo to ask them if this is their best boy. According to what he is actually really expatiating, he said if the flight proceeds to Japan, which is likely to take about 12 hours, that will be another 180,000 US dollars. If he then continues to Singapore, approximately 7 hours away, that will add another 105,000 US dollars. Finally, if the jet flies directly to Germany, then back to Accra, a total of 20 hours return trip that will add another 300,000 US dollars. And here has surfaced the actual ticket that the president actually used. This is the ticket right here. They've actually come out to say that Accra to Ghana, Berlin, Germany, this is how our guy actually got all this information. While a lot are really bashing him on this, a lot are commending him for coming out to speak for the public as well. In as much as this is actually how people are seeing it, they've actually called on the deputy chief of staff to ask him if it's the way to actually talk to people, and why being so insultive while addressing an MP also, and if this is the way he is actually really a lawyer. Please do well to like, comment and follow, put on notification bell so you get all our news one by one. Thanks my people.